Hello everyone, Danya here. July 1st, and we have a new club set over at the Stamps of Life. Sandcastle to stamp, and it has coordinating dies, and if you're in the Die Hard Club, you get those dies as well being shipped to you as I speak. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're new to my channel, I will put all the links to the clubs below so you can become educated with those. They're a pretty good deal. I've been around for a while, and I've really enjoyed getting what I call Christmas every month on the 1st. So I'm going to do a really quick card here, and we'll see where it goes because I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to do a basic horizontal card. Simple scene, nothing fancy. So as always, I like to use the dies to lay out where I think I'm going to want all the elements to go. So the sandcastle fits pretty well there. And I'm thinking to, in the background, I might do like a mound of sand. And I'm going to use the cloud die. I'm going to cut it out on scrap paper. I'm going to use that so I can create a stencil to create clouds in the background. And the Stamps of Life just released the Party 1 set with these suns. And I want to incorporate something somehow into this card using the sun because I think it's so cute. And maybe the bucket. I don't know. I'll lay some elements around. I need some place where to put a sentiment. I mean, it's not like I have to. Maybe there I'll put seize the day or see you later. Or maybe I'll do it as a strip. Hello, summer. I don't know. We'll see. So let me go start laying everything out so I can start the coloring and see where I'm going to go with this. Okay, what I did was I took ginger snap paper. I stamped the image out with ginger snap ink. I used the detail die. Hold on. The detail die to cut out the die cut. I'm going to do a little inking. But before I do that, I want to snip out the door. I'm not going to worry so much about the seashell or the flags because I'm just going to go ahead and color those later and overlay them. And I popped out all the windows and all the holes. So now I'm going to take some twig and a blending brush. And I'm just very carefully going to go over okay, so I went ahead and cut the shadow out, and I ran it through with the kiss cut pad to give me the indentations because I wanted to see where the windows were going to be. I started this on the side with just a thought, and I kind of like where it was going, so I stopped to be able to capture it on video. Again, this is the twig, and I used the shadow. I went over it with this kiss cut pad. Now where the door and the windows are, I'm just taking the twig ink and I'm just adding the ink right over it. It doesn't have to be perfect because what I'm trying to capture here is depth where the windows are compared to the shadow. Okay, so I get the door and I get these little windows. I'm just dabbing it on as so. Just let the ink, trying to stay within the line so it doesn't spill out into the actual shadow of the sandcastle. So now when I put the image over it, the windows appear darker. Okay, I lied. What I did is I just went and cut it out on white cardstock in little pieces. I didn't stamp anything out like I said I was going to do. And I'm just going to use the new Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers that the Stamps of Life is now carrying. Not going to do anything fancy because these are really, really tiny. So I'm going to use the coral shades. Well, let's do the lightest one and see how that looks for the flags. So I'm just going to hold it down and very carefully fill the whole thing in. Just like that. Then I also grabbed this is just a gel pen. I want to give the post, make the post in silver. You could probably use like a gray marker if you want. Excuse my head if it's in the way. I want to make sure that I got it all. Like that. So now I'm going to do these two the same way. Now for the little seashell accent that's on the sandcastle, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to do it in shades of green. Again, I'm not going to be fancy. I'm just going to go ahead and use the lighter. You can go outside the lines with this. I'm going to have to use because it's partially cut out. So I'm going to take an ecto knife, whatever it's called, and I'm just going to pop it out. X-Acto knife. Oh man, that's bad. So let me go ahead and finish these up and pop these out, and then we can finish assembling the sandcastle and we can move on to the rest of the card. Okay, here's my card base cut out, and this is going to be my background to the sand, and the castle's going to go someplace around here. And what I did is I cut out the shadow of the party one's son, the little one, with masking paper, and I didn't use enough masking paper. So I'm going to lay that down like that. And then I got to find some way to protect, because what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to blend in with the brushes the sun. And I'm not crazy about this masking paper. If you all have a masking paper that's really nice, let me know, because this one doesn't stick very well, so I'm hoping this works. You know, and if it doesn't work, I'll cut it out with the die. But I really wanted the sun to be flat. So we're gonna still try to see that. Let me go get some more paper to cover all this up. Okay, all covered up. I'm just gonna go ahead and start using lemonade to ink blend this. And I'm gonna speed it up, and I'm hoping that these little peaks wanna keep coming up. So I'm gonna do this very carefully. All right, I've got the sun in place and I inked the clouds in the background. And then the next thing I did is I took the dye and I cut it out of Fun Foam and I adhered it to a block. I'm going to use it to make a stamp, and I'm going to stamp over the shadow, and then I'm going to come back and do it again, and I'm going to heat set it with some kind of a glitter embossing powder that I have that's clear. Now, a word of warning, if you're going to do this, make sure that you put the right side of the block or the stamp on the block, because if you reverse it, you're never going to be able to line it up. And I had the hardest time figuring out what I did wrong, and it was because I had the stamp in the wrong place. So it's not going to be an exact science. It's not going to be right smack in the middle, but I'm going to try my hardest. And I got orange on the paper. Great. I'm using Marigold here. Let me ink it up pretty good. Give it a test. And go ahead and stamp down. Oh, I should have used my secret weapon. Oh well. There we go, pretty cool. So now what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to go in with Versamark ink, and I'll do that off screen because everything is on the other side of my room, and I got orange, but that's okay. And we'll give it a little bit of a glimmer. Alrighty, I went ahead and stamped out the rest of the images on that stamp set, and I'm going to do some quick coloring using the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. I will be speeding this up, but just so you have the colors, it's the coral shades, the jade green shades, and the citrus blends. And then afterwards, I'll go ahead and I'm going to cut everything out and add it to the card. Now, these markers, they suggest that you go over the entire image with the light, and then do the dark shadows, come in with the mid-tone, and then the light again, which is not usually the way I do it, but I'm going to follow their instructions and see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and stamped the hello. When I was doing the coloring, I think you all saw me bring out a Copic marker. I wanted a deeper yellow, and I didn't feel like getting up and seeing if they had one. And I haven't opened all my Tri-Blend markers yet. So I just grabbed my Copic that was just in front of me. I colored everything as you saw, and now I cut everything, and now I'm going to finish assembling the card. I did add some stickles, just little drops here and there just to give it a little bit more interest. And I'm going to go ahead and start gluing the last of these elements to the card. Okay, and this is the finished card, except it's missing one thing because I never know where to stop. And that thing would be there we go. Ooh, all done. You just get the stick on top of the glitter. And that's the card. Thank you for watching. I know I had promised I was going to do the inside of the cards, but due to time, I'm going to skip it on this video. But I promise one in the future I'll do the inside of a card. Thank you all. Please like and share and subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 viewers, and there might be a little surprise when I hit that number. Thank you all. Have a great day.